Really a great fight, and we're going to open it to the floor for questions.
How at the end of the 10th round, obviously because how hurt you were and how you were able to recover
When I heard, when I got 12 before 10 seconds,
End of the time.
and the 10 seconds, I just relaxed a little bit. But you have to be in focus every time, and I get this punch from Dmitry, and he saw everything.
How did you feel after the 11th round started?
I knew that he will more pressure, and I think I have to give him punch the air to be tired. And 12 rounds, I take my whole power, all my conditioning, and fight.
Congratulations, by the way, Dmitry. After the fight, I spoke with Colonel Whitaker, who came here specifically to watch you fight. And he said a lot of nice things about you. You had great defense, that he thought you could someday be on the top of the pound list, and a lot of very complimentary things. I know you're a fan of his also. Can you tell me what it means to you to have somebody like a Hall of Famer, great fighter, say those things, compare himself to you and talk about your defense and overall abilities?
First of all, I want to say that Colonel Whitaker defense is better than me. I respect him well. I saw his many fights. He's one of my favorite fighters because when I saw his fight, he had too much fun and he relaxed. And I like fighter like him. And of course, it's good for me. I have never thought that fighter like Colonel Whitaker will say about me good things. I'm happy.
He was noticeably bigger than you in the ring. You are a little small for 75. You said you can make 68. I mean, is the plan to go down to 68? Can you make that comfortably, or are you comfortable being the smaller man in the ring?
No, 175 is my weight class. I feel great, but I know that if you wanna get big fight, you can make another weight class, and I just open doors for me for good fights, for big fights against another champion. I think it's good opportunity for me that I can make 168 only for big fights.
Eddie, what is the prospect of it?
Yes, it's a great fight. I was talking to Joe Gallagher about it earlier. You know, and you've got obviously the prospect of Canelo maybe one day going back to 168. We don't know. Callum Smith is the WBA champion, Ring Magazine champion with us. He's going to probably box on the Usyk card, so he'll be looking for another big fight in America probably towards the end of the year. So I think with Dmitry, Marcus Brown is the mandatory next, which I think is a great fight, which we expect probably to make in August. And then August, Marcus Brown, he's the mandatory. And WBA will call that next week. It's a very good, tough fight, but it's the kind of fight he wants to be in. I mean, he's had 16 fights. Actually, when you look at the resume, it's very impressive after 16 fights. But, you know, I think he has the ability. You got a lot of the champions on ESPN. And Beterbiev actually, frustratingly, once I told him that we were signing Dmitry, he went to top rank. I don't think that was overly intentional, but he did know about it before he left, and that was a fight I would love to make. So we'll see how that plays out, but I think the focus will be the WBA mandatory, which is a very, very good fight and a great profile fight for Dmitry now because of his win against Balajan.
You would like to do that fight between Brown and Dmitry in August?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the WBA have already said they're going to call it, so when they call it, we expect it to happen next. I think Kathy and Vadim, know that that's the fight that's going to be called. Whether there's an exception or a permit for a voluntary unification, we'll have to see. But I do think that is an excellent fight to be made.
What do you think of Marcus Brown and his style, being tall, southpaw, strong back?
To be honest, I haven't seen his a lot fights, and I didn't see his fight against Badujek, but if my fight will against Brown, yeah, of course I will be glad because he has a good name in boxing. He has 2 belts. Yeah.
WBC, WBC.
Yeah. I will be glad to fight.
Now, if the Marcus Brown fight happened not to come to fruition, it was while we talked about, certainly thought that is that a fight you would pursue?
Of course, I want to fight against everyone who has a belt. I want to fight for the belt because I feel that now it's my time. I have 28 years. When? Only now. I'm ready to big fight.
Is there one fighter in particular that you would love to get in the ring with?
Скажите, что много с кем я мечтал встретиться, да, но это редко случается. Вот сейчас я, если честно, впервые услышал, что с Маркусом Брауном, да и я вообще готов. Если с ним легче договориться, я готов. Я не хочу просто ждать сидеть кого-то одного там.
Yeah, it's a lot of fights out there that I thought before that I would want to happen, but they haven't happened. Even already in the career that I've had. Today I'm hearing first about Marcus Brown. We haven't talked about it because the team was focused on Joe Smith. But he's like, if that's the fight we can make, I want to fight him because I just don't want to wait too long. I just want to make the big fights that are available.
Now, did you see Sergey Kovalov's last fight, or what did you think about him recapturing his belt?
Yeah, of course, I saw his fight, and he kept hold his tactic, and this is это дало ему победу.
He held to his tactic, and that gave him the victory. He got the victory by just being consistent.
And I wanted to fight him before my fight against Pascal, but he lost his first fight against Alvarez, and then our
The fight fell apart.
Dmitry, when Joe first came out tonight, it looked like his plan was to land the big right. And then around the 5th round or so, you were timing him really well. He made a bunch of different adjustments in the later rounds. Talk about your defense and how you were able to adjust to his style.
Много перестраивался во время всего поля. Поговорили его защиты, как ты перестраивался в течение боя.
Во-первых, я менял дистанцию в течение боя, и я старался прессинговать его, потому что когда он двигается назад, он плохо работает назад. Он может бить только вперед, он редко бьет назад. И в те моменты, когда он прессинговал меня, я старался двигаться по сторонам, не уходить прямо назад, по сторонам и иногда сокращать дистанцию, чтобы он не нанес удар.
I tried different tactics distance-wise, because he does very well when he's moving forward, so sometimes I try to push him back. He doesn't land big punches when he's moving back. So and when he was coming at me, I was moving side to side and just trying not to go back in the straight line. So I just tried different things throughout the fight to see where I would find my most comfortable position.
И старался не оставаться именно в средней дистанции, да, то есть он опасен в средней дистанции, может махнуть своим ударом. Я старался держать либо дальнюю дистанцию, либо просто сократить ее очень близко.
And I knew he was dangerous at mid distance, so I tried to really either break the distance and stay away or be closer.
Did you know you had to fight one on points because you looked to get more aggressive in the 12th round? Did you know you had a wide lead on the scorecard?
Yeah, of course, I felt that I win fight, I can win, but just I punched him and I saw he doesn't feel good and and I can beat him more and more.
Dmitry.
If you had 20 more seconds or 30 more seconds, you would have been able to knock him out.
Yeah, I feel it. I felt that more 10 seconds and maybe he will be on canvas.
Dmitry, how would you rate your performance tonight?
That's in your source. How do you rate your performance?
How do you rate my performance?
How do you think you did tonight?
He's asking me.
Oh, ask me.
Yeah.
Well, I think you passed. I think you did great. I think you passed with flying colors.
My opinion and boxing fans' opinion can make different. For me, of course, I wanted that people will glad. I glad because I didn't get a lot of punches, and I beat him. I punch him and give him a lot of punches, and I want to know how you, как вы оцениваете мой.
It's more important for me to know how you rate my performance tonight.
Mhm.
Was he the hardest puncher that you fought? Has he hit you harder than anyone else has hit you?
Maybe he's the hardest puncher, yeah. And Pascal has a strong right and left hand, and but he hasn't enough speed to. If you have a good punch, you don't have enough. You don't have enough speed. He has a lot of punch. He has a